Hey everybody, this is Dave. You're not going to believe where I am, but I'm actually located at Salt Lake Temple. Now, it's been a number of years since I've been back here and doing a video, so I thought it's interesting. You can see here I am. There's the temple behind me, right? And I just want to talk a little bit about what's been going on since I have done those videos. Created a lot of videos here at this location, interviewing many LDS people and showing the comparisons between Mormonism versus Christianity, right? And one of the things I want to talk about is the changes that are being made here so quickly in this area. Now, I'm involved in social media. Hey, I just want to thank everybody. I have over 10,000 YouTube subscribers right now, and wow, that's big. I'm very thankful for that. It's small for a lot of people, but for me, it's exciting because within the Mormon sort of teaching YouTubers, that's pretty high up. So I'm really thankful that I have a lot of people watching me. But I gotta tell you, we're here, and I've seen so many changes the past 3 years. I know that you guys have too as well. And I just want to talk about why they're doing this and what's really going on with this faith. Ultimately, I could tell you straight out, awesome people. It's great to have a system. A lot of people don't like to get out of Mormonism. The reason why is because it's safe for them. Many don't know that much about the history of Mormonism who get into it, and I have had so many people who consistently tell me after the fact, a year later, after they get converted to Mormonism, they go and they see my videos or other videos and they start doing some research and they go, why didn't they tell me this stuff? Why didn't they tell me these things in the beginning? Like, the nature of God, or about Joseph Smith, or about their view on the restoration of the restored church and what that actually means. I've said it before recently, what church did they restore? I want to know that. I fully believe that the Eastern churches, the one holy Catholic Apostolic Church, was from the apostles. It's all historically proven. We could validate it. There's a line of succession going from Peter all the way down to the current patriarch in the Church of Antioch. That, I've said it many times before, where Peter and Paul talked about the beginning of that church and how it was started. And so now what we see is that ultimately we see a lot of changes happening in this area. A lot of changes, and it's something that we need to really look at, focus on, and really discuss and question. The reality for us is questioning is going to bring us to truth, right? Because the more you question, the more you can get definitive answers, right? Rather than just, as I said before, a lot of people are in la land and they like la stuff. They like these feelings that they get, especially in the Mormon faith or in many other restorationist faiths. I'm not so much a part of that anymore. I want to know truth. I want to know the yardstick for truth. I want to know the history of Christianity and how it began. I want to know if it really failed the way it was supposed to fail in the view of Mormonism, because they believe that it failed. I don't believe it failed because I believe Jesus. I believe Jesus is God. I believe that ultimately he knew exactly what was going to take place. And so the Mormon's view of things is really different. Believing that Jesus ultimately lied, and he ultimately did not know that his church was going to fail. And then Joseph Smith had to come 1800 years later, and Peter, James, and John basically appeared to him. While when you look at the original church, it was all established by Peter and Mark and Andrew and John and all these churches that I've talked about many times in the apostolic faith. And so when you deal with a church that claims, and it's right here, that claims that their church is the restored church, it's insane to actually believe that when you know the truth. So, Jesus said the truth shall set you free. We need to test. We really need to test. So anybody who's looking at Mormonism, don't go by this la-la sort of feeling approach and that, pray about it, pray about it, pray about it. Because if you don't know the history of the ancient church and really understand it, then you're going to get deceived. So it's really important to know that, okay? So I just want to share that with you guys. I want to share that study, and question. Even if you're Protestant, question. Even if you're Mormon, question. And go back to the original church, how it was all put together. Again, I've taught a class at the university, and I did it this year, the history of the church, the first 500 years. Ultimately important. Many people were surprised. It challenged them. It made them think, wow, this is something that I never knew. So you want to really go and investigate and learn about the history of the church. Get some books about the history of the church by Eusebius. There's so much information about the history of Christianity. Really important for you to learn that, rather than just sort of say, okay, well, there's the Book of Mormon here, I have to really pray about it. No, investigate, really think about what's going on, and prepare yourself. The more foundation you get, the more you can actually look at somebody who might be a Mormon trying to deceive you, and the information that you really fully understand about the history of the church, they're going to be blown away. I mean, I say to them now, it cracks me up. I'm like, okay, tell me where the church failed. What year did it fail? Who did it fail by? Because you're claiming there's a restoration. If you cannot clearly define the date where it failed and how it failed, then I'm going to tell you, it makes no sense. I don't go after anything else. I don't care about anything that you say after that. I don't care about it, because ultimately, if you cannot really define it and specify the date and the actual collapse of the church, then guys, we're just talking mumbo jumbo, creative people doing what they need to do to try to influence people. And so develop the foundation, guys. Develop the foundation. And it's interesting to be back here again. I haven't been back here for a number of years. I've done so many shows here. It's crazy to know the amount of shows that I've done here. And you've seen a lot of them if you have. If you haven't, go search. I've done like hundreds and hundreds of shows right here at this location. But it's fun to be back, and I remember those memories. God bless you all, and have a great day.